Hey, Micah, I thought that this would just be easier to send you a video on how to complete what you're missing um, rather than sending it an email. So here's what you're going to do. So the first page that you said you needed help on was page 26, and that is what childbirth really feels like. So this was assigned in class. You had class time to do this. What you need to do, since you didn't do it during class, is go over to Google Classroom, click on Birth Stories Flipgrid link. On here, you have 11 different birthing stories that you could watch. You pick one out, doesn't matter which one, click on the Flipgrid and you watch it. As you watch, what you're going to do on this page is just list 5 things that you heard. Now, from those things that you heard, try and make some class connections. So, what that means is if they talk about, I was pushing, I had contractions, this happened, I had a C section. We've talked about all those things. So, you could just list, hey, this woman had a C section. We've talked about this in class, and I know that a C section has 7 layers. So, you could do something like that. This was page 26. All right, I apologize. Charlie's in the bathtub and she wanted me to come in, so I paused it. This one right here, again, 5 things you hear from the video and ways that you can connect what you heard to things we've talked about in class. If you get confused on this side, just list 5 things that you heard in one of the videos. Again, click on Birth Story Flipgrid link. It's under What I Need for Class Today. It's going to lead you to this. Just choose one to watch. The other one that you said you needed to complete was page 30. So all you're doing, if you have page 29 completed, you're just taking that information and you're writing a story about it. If you didn't complete this, remember you could have used my scenario. So pause the video and make sure you look at this if you need to write it down. This is the information from my example that goes on this page. So once you have that information, all this is telling you to do is to use that information to create a birth story. Begin at number 1 with the pregnant mother and then end at number 10 when you mention how long the journey of childbirth took. Be creative, you're writing a story. What we're going to do instead of, since we're not on campus, not all of us together, we're not going to have someone at our table proofread it. We're going to read them out loud tomorrow. So what I'll do is I'll just randomly select 3 people to read. They'll read out their story, and then that's what we'll do with it. That way, if there's someone that's kind of confused on how to do a story, they can hear some examples. So you write your story here. So, like if I were going to start it using my information, I would say, so on February 23rd at 2:56 a.m., I went into labor. My early labor lasted 18 hours, something like that. Just tell these 10 tasks that you put down today, tell them in story format. And again, just write that on here, and then you'll be all caught up. So, what I put in the email too, I gave you a copy of my master interactive notebook. I think I've given this to you before, but I have, and I'll try and find the better one that has the answers in it. I have one that I work on and I always, put examples in. I want you to go back and make sure that you've got all the required pages filled out just so that you don't feel behind and rushed when we get to the end. Because at this point, we're all the way through page 31, so you can see that we're over halfway done. Hopefully this helps you out. If you need extra help, just let me know in class tomorrow, and I will see you in the afternoon. Have a really good day.